Bill came, Hillary came, Elizabeth Warren came, Eric Swalwell came, and now this afternoon we have the distinct pleasure of welcoming Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont. He now has come to the West End, and we welcome him. But not only do we welcome him, we welcome everyone here who believes that health care is a right and not a privilege. We welcome everybody here who believes that education is a right for everyone and not just some. We welcome everybody here who believes that the Mueller report should be released to the public unredacted. If that's you, welcome.
Let's give it up for the man of the house. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to serve as your moderator today. I'm Lynnae Jameson, and today we're going to have a very important conversation, a conversation about poverty. Now, poverty is defined as a means to not being able to make ends meet by what you have. But the reality is, poverty is a grandmother who's struggling between whether or not to eat or to buy her prescriptions. Poverty is a father who's struggling to find a decent job so that he could take care of his family and feel like a man that he should be. Poverty is a mother who is struggling to come home and spend time with her kids and plan opportunities to educate her kids because she's working so hard just to make ends meet. Poverty is strangling far too many of our Americans. And in South Carolina, we know it's strangling South Carolina. The reality is, poverty needs to end. This Friday, this Good Friday, as the pastor reminded me earlier, is a great day. It's a good day because we're together and we're going to talk about solutions to end poverty. And we're not just going to talk about it from the top down. We're going to talk about it from Greenville, South Carolina on up. Yeah, let's give it up for yourselves. And so on behalf of Working Heroes South Carolina, again, Lynnae Jameson, your South Carolina State Director, welcome. Thank you for taking the time out to be a part of this very important conversation on poverty. At this time, I'm bringing to the stage our National Field Director from Working Hero Action, Lynnae Norwood. Welcome her from all the way California.
Welcome. How y'all feeling today? I think y'all can do a little better than that. How y'all feeling today? All right. Well, thank you on behalf of Working Hero Action. My name is Lynnae Norwood. We are so thankful for you guys to be here today and embark upon this important conversation on poverty. We are so thankful to the Senator Sanders team, Dr. Cornell West, Danny Glover, and all of our panelists for taking time to just share their expertise and perspective on this very, very important topic. Here at Working Hero Action, our mission is very simple. Our mission is to end poverty. Can y'all clap for that? And together, I think we can. Y'all feel like we can end poverty? Yeah. If everybody does their part, we can make sure that no family is going without. So just a couple of things in case you weren't aware. Did you know that 1 out of 2 families can't afford a $400 surprise expense? That's unacceptable. That looks like a broken wrist, a few blown tires, a busted pipe in their home. Half of our families are one crisis away from poverty. Most Americans are working very hard, harder than ever, and yet live with a constant worry about how they'll pay their bills. It's time for like-minded folks like us to come together and settle for nothing less than to end poverty. So it's our honor to be here with Senator Sanders from Vermont. We are thrilled to have you here and welcome you to discuss this topic that couldn't be more important, economic empowerment. Senator Sanders, as you travel the state, I'm sure you are hearing a lot about the struggles South Carolinians are facing. So many people are working hard day in and day out to pursue their dreams. Moms and dads are working hard to give their children every opportunity. For many of us, affording the basics, food, housing, healthcare, and education is harder than it should be. Too many South Carolinians are working too hard, yet struggle to get by. That's why here at Working Hero Action, we are doing what we can to make sure that we are helping working people, predominantly women with children. Now, you guys know tax day just passed, right? And normally that's a stressful time, but with our flagship policy, the Earned Income Tax Credit, what that does is that makes work pay for families who are working hard and not having enough money to make ends meet. It's called the Earned Income Tax Credit. Here's how it works. If you're a low-income worker and you file your taxes, you could earn hundreds, even thousands of dollars back. It's pretty simple, and you can claim the credit year-round, before tax day and beyond. So if you have people out there that have not filed their taxes, they can still claim their Earned Income Tax Credit. We have 4 years ago in California, the Earned Income Tax Credit was not even in existence. Now, Governor Newsom has just put in the budget for a major expansion to put even more money back in working families. So our hope is to have the same success here in South Carolina and the other markets that we're in to make sure that we make work pay better. Y'all with me on that? All right. So please, again, thank you for your time, for being here in this conversation. Please stay connected with us. Please stay engaged with our work to make sure that we end poverty together. Thank you. And now I am very, very proud to bring up our National Policy Director, Carrie Harris. Can you guys give her a round of applause? Carrie has been traveling all around the country, up and down the hill, making sure that we're connecting with policymakers to constantly elevate poverty and the Earned Income Tax Credit. She's a champion for those who are going without, for those who are facing problems every day, and we're so happy to have her a part of our Working Hero Action team, along with Lynnae and our entire South Carolina team. So one more time, can we show some love for Carrie Harris?
So, you've heard a little bit about us. Now we're about to introduce you to our guests. Again, Working Hero South Carolina is here to end poverty. We want you to join us on this journey, but today we want to have a strong and important conversation. So Carrie will serve and Lynnae will serve as our seat at the table, and I'll be your moderator. But today's going to be a little different discussion than what we typically hear when politicians come in the building. We're celebrating our local heroes. So at Working Hero Action, we believe that heroes are those who get up and go to work every day and work hard to take care of their family and improve our community. We've got those folks with us today. And they're not just working hard for their families, they're working hard for your families too. So each of our champions will be joined by one of our amazing guests. So we're going to present them and we're going to get this conversation started. Y'all feeling good about that? All right, so let's go. First up, we are going to have, coming to the stage, our local champion, Pastor Mills from Mount View Baptist Church, Urban League of the Upstate. And he is escorted by the acclaimed actor, Danny Glover. We promise, they coming. Let's give them some love, y'all. All right. Next up, we have a champion, a freedom fighter. Her name is Tracy, and she is spectacular. She will be escorted by Dr. Cornell West. Let's bring them to the stage with some love. And our last, but definitely not least, our last wonderful panelists that are joining us, our local champion, Jerry Blassingame, who has been working to change this community from personal development, economic development, and he's got beside him none other than Senator Bernie Sanders. We can do better than that, y'all. Now, let me explain to you how today's courageous conversation is going to go. Very quickly, I am yielding my moderation skills over to none other than the senator himself. But before I do so, I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge the amazing local leaders who are taking the charge to transform our community. We have with us some amazing elected officials. If you are here, please stand so we can acknowledge you. So, the way this is going to work, I'm yielding my skills to Senator Sanders, and he will be our moderator. I will be quiet until I let you all know what our next steps are. Senator Sanders, take it away.
Thank you all very much for being here today to discuss some issues that are not talked about very often. And there are two issues that are in my mind. One of them is the issue of poverty in America. Not an issue that we talk about a whole lot. There are some 40 million Americans living in poverty. They're living in South Carolina, they're living in my state of Vermont, and they're living in every other